But the rest of their convo was really cute. And then he flips back to Lily. Girl, just tired, trifling. Like you in a whole new relationship. Girl, please. God. And he's just like, I can't. I need to go. I think he even says, stay. No, I can't. Okay, I just watched Heated Rivalry, season 1, episode 4, and bro, my heart is beating. My heart is beating so fast. You would have thought this happened to me. It did not happen to me. My God. Somebody on TikTok was like, I'm doing drugs, but no, not those type of drugs. And honestly, bro, I feel like I just, man, this show, it does something to you. It does something. I was so hyped. I was so hyped to finally watch this episode, man. This episode was a mess in 3/4. First of all, that first montage, I was sat there like, y'all been at this for years? Mind you, when Scott told Kip, just a couple years, I said years. That's crazy, girl. I didn't wait years for nothing. But Shane and Ilya, years, bro. Years just passing them by in this montage. I cannot measure my life in years. I'm so sorry. I measure my life in 3-month increments, right? Semesters. That's all I can give you, mama. That's all I can give you. But they really doing this in years, right? You see them like constantly exercising. Somebody noticed that like over the course of the montage, first Shane starts off in a hoodie, then a shirt, then like this like tank top thing. Like he's getting more confident with his body. The more him and Ilya have relations and stuff. Anyway, but yeah, I can't. Years. And then you see the scene where he wins the cup and like Ilya is proud of him. The scene in the locker room with the champagne. I think some guy like grabs Shane's face and kisses him on the cheek. Like that entire scene was crazy. You see Shane being close to that one member of his team with the kids, the 4 kids. Like that was really cute. Where they're like, oh, hold my child. Can you hold his kid? And he's like, his kid, that's my kid. And like even the stuff with the curse jar, and then he was like, when it's 5, I have to call Jackie. The fact that I don't remember the friend's name, but I remember the wife's name, and we rarely ever see her, but he's like, now I gotta call Jackie and tell her. And then at some point, he's trying to set Shane up with Jackie's friend. And then he's like, oh, let me just show you the Instagram. And he's like, oh, fine, sure. And he's like, great, Jackie's gonna be happy. And he's like, do both of us now have to keep your wife happy? He's like, absolutely. He's like, absolutely, girl. I don't know who this diva Jackie is, but shout out to you, queen. Rosenoff watching Shane's documentary, just casually watching this man's documentary is that was so funny to me. And then that Russian girl who's his friend, Slavata, I think, I'm saying that terribly, comes in and he's like, girl, what are you watching? Mind you, he still don't turn it off. He's just acting like watching this man's documentary is just a lay of the land type situation. And then when she says, oh, he's hot, that's when he finally turns it. That's when he finally turns it off. Oh my God, Ilya, you are not a serious man. I can't stand you. Oh my God, is there anything else that I'm missing from like the beginning? Oh, Shane winning 2 times in a year. Shout out to you, Big Books. Shout out to you. And then him at those little commercials, they switching out the cans, spraying. They have this hair spray bottle, just spraying him in the face, bro. That was also funny to me. Poor Ilya and the dad. You see him with the medication, giving the dad a cup of water, like. Child, so much is going on. And even as time progresses, like at first you see him with a couple women, but then as time goes on, like that one scene where he was at a bar or something and this girl was trying to flirt with him and he looked so disgusted. He looked so perturbed. He was looking at her like, girl, get away from me. Get away from me. I was like, oh no, don't do her like that. Don't do her like that. And then Ilya's Russian friend asking him about Jane, and then he's asking him if he's seen anyone, and she's like, why? No, Ilya's like, why are you jealous? And she's like, no. And then she asked him about Shane, and he's just like, oh, like, you know, that was like whatever. And even on Shane's part, somebody asked him about Lily, and he's like, the friend with the kids asked him about Lily, and he's like, I don't know, you know, maybe she's like married now or something. Shane, please don't piss me off. Anyway, the episode finally starts. Shane with, again, the dude with the kids at the hotel room talks about I'm gonna go out now. Okay. I'll be back soon. Okay. I'm gonna go meet a friend. Okay. Like girl, I'm like, shit. Oh my God. Shane is too, like, he's too, what word am I looking for? Like, he's just too paranoid for me, you know, like just so angsty. He's too angsty for me. I'm like, Shane, what, like the friend is like, I'm not gonna wait up. Like, what are you talking about? What are you telling? He's really acting like he's asking his mom for permission. And then when he finally goes to Ilya's house and he's like, well, I told my friend, mind you, your friend did hear. Really thinking his friend was his friend literally told him, girl, go live your life. I don't care. What are you talking about? And then Ilya's like, oh, you told old boy, is he your mom? And he's like, no, he's not my mom. And he's like, oh, really? He's not your mom? Like, Shane, please. Shane, I can't laugh at you, man. I'm supposed to be supporting you from the sidelines. Don't stop this. Stop this. Anyway, he gets to, also another thing during the montage was like, you could see the giant calendars that they have in their locker rooms and stuff. And they would be like tracking the next time they would, like, you know, compete against each other. And then the way that the director also intercuts the scenes where they smash each other into the hockey glass things, and then it smash cuts to them like in the bedroom and stuff. I was like, this director is freaked out. That's crazy. Anyway, great choice though. I love a smash cut. Anyway, no pun intended. But when he finally goes to visit Ilya, also, oh my God, the direction in this show is so incredible. Like the way they frame things, like the last episode with Scott and Kip, like you see Kip walk into the apartment, the camera follows him, then it turns to reveal Scott. I thought that's so cool. Or like when he walked into the bedroom, stands in front of the closet, opens the closet, the camera follows him, goes to his face, then it turns to show what's in the closet. Like, I just love the way they use, like, I love where they put the camera. In this episode, when Shane comes to Ilya's house, I couldn't even figure out where he was standing at first, right? And so when Ilya walks in from the left and you figure out that Shane is actually outside, but it seems like the camera's also outside with him, but it's really inside, and like they don't have to switch, you know, they don't have to cut to a new coverage. You can just have all of that in one frame. I don't know, maybe I'm just being too technical, but I just thought that was so cool. Like, I was like, where is he standing right now? But it's like the glass of the house they chose to use. Anyway, when he walks in, I'm like, girl, this is a nice house. And Shane is like, oh, this is nice. Like, you know, did you build this from scratch? Did somebody else build it? Like, who are they? And then Ilya's like, shout out to you, Mr. Real estate. But look, it was a nice house. I also wanted to know, what are you talking about? And then Shane is like, oh, you want to talk? He's like, no, we could talk after. Ciao, please. Anyway, they do the do. And then also that scene, I was like, girl, we seeing everything. That's crazy. We really seeing everything. And then after that scene, there's a scene where Shane just walks past the camera into the bed. I was like, they really set up this scene just so that can happen. That's great. These actors are so comfortable, bro. Girl, could never, but they ain't paying me, so whatever. Oh, and then Shane's like, yeah, you know, I gotta go, or I should go, or like whatever. And then Ilya's like, no, stay. Character development. Is it character development? Is it plot progression? I don't know. But girl, I was like, what? Not the stay, girl, stop. And Shane trying to come up with all these raggedy excuses. Oh, I told, insert team member here. Just saying a bunch of stupid stuff. And Ilya's like, girl, there's really no reason for you to leave. Anyway, he ends up not leaving. They end up getting some food. He gets him a ginger ale. He's like, do you want a tuna melt? Now, Shane goes, oh, you want to make a tuna melt for me out here? Out here trying to fish for a compliment. No pun intended. Out here trying to farm for a compliment. Bro, the way Ilya shuts that down, he's like, I was going to make one for myself, so I might as well just make two. No, you know you're wrong for that. You know you're wrong. You know you're raggedy. You know you're messy for that. Why couldn't you just go, yeah, like, Ilya, don't piss me off. Also, the way they cut that scene, like the moment he says, oh, you want to make a tuna melt for me? Immediately it cuts to Ilya saying, I was just going to make one for myself. Might as well make two. I was like, they did not let that breathe at all. They didn't let that breathe at all. You don't see a reaction shot from Shane. You don't see a reaction shot from Ilya. It's just dialogue and dialogue. I was like, damn, that's a sharp cut. Oh my God. And you really just don't see the expressions. But then you do hear Ilya go, oh, is the ginger ale cold? Is it to your liking? He's like, yeah. As the episode progresses, Shane keeps asking people for a ginger ale. Ain't nobody ginger in, and it's causing me ale. What the hell?
Listen, yeah.
Oh my God, ain't nobody got that ginger and it's causing me ale. What is going on? I'm ill. Where is his ginger ale, y'all? Where is his ginger ale? He's the only time he got that ginger ale was from Ilya, and he didn't even have to ask for it. Y'all better give my boy Shane what he want. Give my boy Shane what he need. Moving on. So yeah, they eat their food. They're then on the couch, like watching TV. Girl, when I tell you they were 6 feet apart, two friends sat 6 feet apart because none of them is gay. Like, girl, they were 6 feet apart.
Two bros chilling in the hot tub, 5 feet apart because they're not gay.
You would have thought they had endometriosis, I think is the disease from 5 feet apart with Cole Sprouse. Like, girl, they were social distancing. Like, I was like, that's a large couch, but y'all really didn't have to take the north and the south of it. Like, what are you talking about? Or I guess the west and east of it. Moving on. They're on that couch, talking. It's not like awkward, but like it's not fluid either. It's very, girl, it's very, we sense the tension. We're trying to make peace with the tension. Like it was yeah. I think this is like their first time where they've just like been domestic, like in the light, you know what I mean? Like during the day, and they're just really trying to find their footing, girl. They trying to find their footing. So, they're on the couch trying to have a conversation. And I think Shane says something, and Ilya's like, and to think some people think that you're boring and you're not funny. And he's like, what people? Who says that? And he's like, and before he says me, I said, you do. Please, I think that might have hurt Shane's feelings a little bit. But then as time goes on, he keeps making jokes about him being boring, and Shane keeps being like, yeah, because I'm boring. He's like, yeah, girl. Anyway, they chit chat, and then, bro, when I tell you, there were so many moments in this episode where I just had to pause and put my head down and like maybe kind of scream, because I'm like, what are these people doing? When Ilya tells Shane, what happened? When Ilya tells Shane that, about, the Russian friend that he has, I was like, Ilya, what are you doing? And then just talking about like all of this stuff, and I'm just like, oh, do you not see my boy here? Do you not see my boy? You're hurting his feelings, bro. What are you doing? And then later on, Ilya, but he's opening up, he's speaking his truth, whatever. When Ilya asked Shane, like, do you like girls? He was like, do you like? He's like, yeah, no, the food is good. He's like, girls. I'm talking about girls. Don't piss me off. He's like, do you like girls? And he's like, yeah, of course I do. Like, what do you mean? Like, why would I not? Right. Shane. Right. Absolutely. Shane, don't piss me off. Shane, please don't piss me off. Shane, please don't piss me off. But yeah, Shane just be going along just to get along, bro. He really just be, one thing about Shane, Hollander. One thing about Hollander, he's going to get along just to get along. Shane, get up on your good foot. Shane, stand 10 toes down on something, please. Anyway, they keep talking, they keep chatting, whatever. And then, he gets a call from his dad. He hands the remote to Hollander, gets up to go take the call from his dad. Bro, Ilya, my love. Oh my God, Ilya, you need a hug. My boots, you need a hug. He's talking to his dad. His dad don't remember his raggedy other son. His dad don't remember his new wife, which I wasn't even sure if he had a new wife. I was like, is he just making people, not making people up, but like, anyway, I wasn't sure if he had a new wife, but he does have a new wife. Didn't remember her, but he remembered his son though. His son Ilya. He remembered Ilya. Remembered how to call him. The dad was panicking. He too far to get to his dad, bro. He was stressed. Connor, the acting. Connor, come get your tens. Because to me, Connor and Ilya are not the same person. Which that's what acting is about. But it's like when I see Connor, when I heard that Connor actually wasn't Russian. Before I'd ever seen him, I didn't want to watch any of his interviews because I'm like, that's gonna mess with my head, I feel like. But then now, anytime I can't see Connor and Ilya. To me, those are just two different, I can't, every time I see Connor, I'm like, you're not the guy that played Ilya. I'm sorry, you're not that guy. And then when I see Ilya, I'm like, you're not Connor. I'm sorry, oh my God. And it doesn't help that Connor has one of the greatest smiles ever. It's not even about the teeth. It's like, when he smiles, it's like the world opens up, all is right. All is right with the world. I've never seen someone have such a big, every time I see him smile, it stops me dead in my tracks. Just such a beautiful smile. But Ilya has no semblance of warmth, bro. No semblance of warmth. He looks so intimidating, so domineering, right? It's just, oh my God, Connor, the man you are. But what I was saying was, with Connor and his acting, a lot of his frustration, he let it come out through his hands. He would constantly punctuate every single sentence with his hands. I was like, that's me. Because when I'm pissed off, I be using my hands to guide my emotion. I'm like, stop. Every time he tried to stop himself from getting agitated, he would make short motions with his hand. I'm pretty sure it was his left hand. And I was just like, that's so me for real. That's so me for real. But he was so stressed out. He was he called his useless brother. Before I used to say he was unemployed, but now he got a job. We're gonna get to that. Called his useless brother, was like, where the hell are you? Go get to dad. Dad is stressed out. He's panicking. He's by himself. What do I pay you for? Pay? You pay this man? You pay this man? And this what he be doing on your dime? You pay this man? That useless man. You pay this man? That's great, girl. He needs to go hire somebody else, because that man is not cutting it. He's not cutting it. I think there was also a woman named Yolanda or something that he had mentioned when he was like, oh, he was like, oh, where's this person? Where's Alexi? He's like, who's Alexi? Your son. Or where's this woman? Who's that? Your new wife. Or it's where's this other person, right? I think that third person is really who we should be dependent on. Because Alexi a bum. Alexi's a bum. And we need to leave that man alone. Anyway. And stop paying him too. When he said he'd be paying him, and I just looked around at what was surrounding Ilya, and I was like, Ilya, that's a nice house. You look like you can afford a lot of things. Let's kick your little brother to the curb and find somebody else. Ilya. And then when he composes himself, adjusts the necklace, takes a second to breathe, and walks back out to be present for Shane. That's a good man, Savannah. That's a good man. Oh, that's a good man. That's a good man. What? That's a good man. He really was out here trying to give his best to Shane. Oh my God. Anyway, goes back out. Shane is like, oh, how's your dad? Right after giving it a moment, after giving it a beat, he's like, how's your dad?
I'll go now.
No.
And world stop.
What?
What's his face? Rosenoff is like, huh? Like, you speak Russian now. You know what I mean? And he's like, I know what the word for father is. Like, not too much on the kid. Bro, I guess that must have touched Ilya's heart. Because all of a sudden, they no longer see us 6 feet apart. Like, come on. Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, y'all can't be serious. Anyway, they get to
kiss up and rub up and fill up. Kiss up and rub up and fill up
on you, or whatever the hell Beyonce said. Anyway, they get to, getting close to each other or whatever. They having their little moment, having their little scene. I'm sorry, but when Ilya said shade, I gagged. I was so gooped. I was so gagged. Now, Hudson to the front. Mama. Hudson to the front. Hudson can sell you heartbreak. Oh my God. Hudson can sell you like a melancholic yearn. Like, oh my God. He did it before when he said, oh, genetic, right? Wow, genetic. You could feel his heart just pounding, burning, okay, decayed into ash. But when you read that text of like, we didn't even kiss, like, oh, there was a Hudson there. And in this episode, when he said, Ilya, when they were sat on that couch and he said, Ilya, I felt something shake in the ether. I felt something move. Oh my God, I felt something move. I was like, Hudson, you breaking my heart, Hudson. Hudson, stop. You're wounding me. Hudson, please stop. Hudson, stop. You're evil. Hudson, stop. Hudson, please stop. Oh my God. Wow. Just wow. Like, I'm 21 minutes in and like, girl, I haven't even gotten to a bulk of the episode. Anyway, moving on. But yeah, when he said Ilya, I was like, oh, are we going somewhere new? We went somewhere new, not where I wanted to go though. Right. We went somewhere new, but not where I wanted to go. Anyway, that's when Dawn of the Masked Treader just falls on Shane. Okay, that's when all the realizations, that's when it all dawns on Shane. He gets up, he panicking, he shaking, he moving. Oh my, he's subway surfing like the world is spinning off its axis for Shane. Oh my God. And he's just like, I can't. I need to go. I think he even says, stay. No, I can't.
Hi.
This man is rapping, waxing poetic. He's giving the girls soliloquies. Okay, he's crafting haikus. This man really asked himself a third-person question and answered in his stuttering. I said, Shane, please. Shane, please. Anyway, oh my God, this episode had me so stressed. Where am I going with this? Anyway, my God. He's like, I can't. I need to go. And then he goes, oh yeah, there was a last minute training thing that I forgot. Ilya looking into him like, girl, be so serious. Please be so serious. You're telling me you forgot a training thing? You forgot a training thing? Girl, don't piss me off. Please don't piss me off. And then Ilya's sitting there saying Hollander, like he's begging. We will never have times like this again. We need to treasure this while it's still here. We will never have times like this again. Oh my God, we'll never have times like this again. I saw someone on TikTok, the audacity, say that I can't believe that Shane would leave Ilya in a moment, like he was being vulnerable. Why would he leave him in such an emotionally tumultuous moment? And to that, I have to say, whack him. I will whack you. Because what are you talking about? I will whack you. This is the part that I was like, please, what is going on? What's actually going on? When Shane asked him, what's up with your dad? Shane, do you know he never answered your question? Do you know he never answered your question? He just brought you into an embrace. Do you know he never answered your question? That's crazy. That's crazy. So if anyone wants to say Shane left Ilya, no, Ilya never answered his question. He never answered his question. Child, he better go learn some Russian at this point and never reveal that he learned it. Hello. I don't know if that's messy. I don't know if that's wrong, but I'm just saying. Anyway, he ends up leaving. I'm looking at Ilya and I'm like, Ilya, you're not going to say nothing, Ilya. You're not going to get up. You're not going to get on your good foot. No. Mind you, that good foot was pending. But when he was like, Hollander, I was like, I know you know more English words than that. I was watching this in my dining room yelling, I know you know more English words than that. I know you know more English words than that. What are you doing? But you know what? He was processing as well. Okay, that man's eyes was scanning. He was scanning that whole room for more information. He was looking for the hills from whence coming his help. He was looking around. He didn't know what was going on. He was at a loss for words. He didn't know his left from his right, his up from his down. Ciao. Anyway. Yeah, so Hollander leaves. Heartbreak. They're not really talking to each other anymore. My God. I think they even have this one game and the announcers are like, where was Shane? Where was Hollander? Like, what was that, right? That comes later. There's a scene with Shane, his mom, and the dad. He still can't get some ginger ale. This man can't catch a break. He talking about the mom, the Rolex invited him to Wembley. The mom is like, they really want you to go. Maybe they got too much people playing tennis over there. And he's like, you mean too many white people? I said, And I'm glad that nobody tried to check him because his daddy was white. Because, clock that tea. And the whole time, he was just having attitude. But what I love about the family, they hold space. Okay? They hold space, which I love. They let him have his little moment. The dad trying to come in like, hey, maybe we can have some family bonding time, right? Some family bonding time. Shane ain't trying to hear none of that. At some point, he does go, sorry, I'm kind of in a mood. Like, everybody like, it's okay, whatever. At some point, he's like, yeah, I'll think about London, everybody just making stuff up, okay? Everybody's making stuff up. I love the fact that the dad at the end was like, Swedish princess, what? And then grabs the mom's hand like, hey. The mom shaking her head like, girl, I don't know. I was trying to try something, And the dad grabs her hand like, girl, parenting is hard, but I'm here for you, right? I support you, diva. Like, love. The parents, love. They're so cute. Such cute people. Ooh, that's why I brought that up. Because at some point, he was like, I don't need to go to London and, spend time with y'all, whatever. Y'all can just go by yourselves, have fun in Wimbledon. And she's like, girl, they don't care about us. They care about you. You're the star. We're just the parents. And he's like, I could just tell them that I'm coming. But then, last minute just not show up. Like, it's not that serious. And the mom's like, I don't want you to lie. That's not who you are. Ooh, I said, right, Shane, right. We need to hold on to our ethics, our morals, our standards. We need to hold on. Shane, we need to hold on. But him in the little shirt with the hoodie with the blazer on top, I said, period. It's giving corporate with a little asterisk on it. It's giving a little semi-formal, moment. Anyway, moving on. He is constantly inside, and his friend who has this like Gambit sounding accent, like Creole or something sounding accent. I was like, where's this man from? I really want to know. It is like, girl, you need to be at this restaurant. I don't care. You need to be at this restaurant. You need to be at this restaurant. Shane finally comes outside. He's like, it's a minute or whatever the hell he said. I don't know. It's some derivative of French, the way he was speaking. I don't know. Maybe he Haitian. I don't know. And there was someone that Ilya was talking about, some guy who's super, super quiet. They trade him every season. That poor guy. I'm sorry. Like, this is such a random pivot, but I feel so bad for whoever that guy is. Oh, poor guy. Back to that scene, though. He had the club, not a club, a bar of some kind. And then He goes to the bar to get a drink, and the guy is like, oh my God, you're Shane Hollander. Again, he asked for a ginger ale. They asking too many questions. He just settles for a beer. And then the man is like on the house, and then, because, you know, you're Shane Hollander, big fan. And then Shane's like, oh, then you keep it. And he's like, no, it's really an honor. I hate when poor people do that. Girl, take the money. Take the money. You know your rent is coming up soon. Like, that man don't need that money. Just take it. Pisses me off. Kip did the same thing. I said, girl, if you don't take that man money, they don't care. These people are rich. Moving on. I just feel like generosity should be for a certain, you know, tax bracket. But that's neither here nor there. But the way that bartender was looking at him, I was like, are they about to, is this a, but no, he's just a fan. He a fan, what? And then he's like, oh, Rose is here, some actress. Later on, we see Hollander walk, right? I thought he was going to walk to the back to go get some air, like he was trying to get air in the first episode, Raggedy. This is View Hollander, check it out, you know? I thought he was going to do something like that with the way the camera was blurry at some point. And then he just randomly stops at this random booth. Mind you, if he, from the moment he went from that other side of the bar to that other side of the bar and then stops at the booth, if he planned that entire thing out, if he planned that entire seduction situation out from the moment he took his first step, Shane, I didn't know you got it like that. Shane, I didn't know you was a seducer. He started to seduce me. I started to feel seducted by him. I didn't know he was a seducer. I didn't know he could, I knew he was a player, but I didn't know he knew the game. Like, I knew he could play ball, but I didn't know he really knew ball. I didn't know he knew ball. So when he stops at that booth, right, and it's looking that way, and the girl is like, oh, are you here to try some fries? Or whatever the hell she said. I was just like, just watching that whole thing unfold, like he really said, I'm from around the way, I'm leaving with something. I'm leaving with a whole girlfriend. And he figured that out from start to finish. Shane, I didn't know you was the one. Shane, I didn't know, I did not know your game. Shane, I didn't know you was the one. I didn't know he had it in him. But shout out to him. Anyway, but yeah, Rose, really cute girl. Their banter, the way they get along, everything was very cute. Before you know, they in a whole relationship. They in the blogs. They're in the papers. They're in the blogs. Okay, we report the news. Okay, are you downplaying my job? We report the news. Okay, our news is very accurate. We report the news. The news, girl. She a gossip blogger. Okay, they were on the news. The fans were going up. One of the text messages on the screen, they were like, oh, my favorite actress and my boyfriend's favorite player, this Halloween couple's costume's finna eat or something like that. I said, child, the ghetto. Anyway, this girl looks so happy with her new man. I have to assume that Shane is treating her right. They end up on the news. Ilya damn near chokes from the news. When the friend was holding the phone, like, oh my God, Ilya, you won't believe this. They took they sweet time turning that phone around. The way I was like, you would have thought they were trying to hide something from me. The way I was like, turn the phone around so I can see. Yo, this show is really like drugs, bro. It's really like drugs. I was like, I want to see. Girl, they was going to show you. I am the audience. Oh my God. Anyway, but yeah, as the plot point of him and this girl together keeps progressing, Ilya just gets more and more sick. His teammate is watching the news. He turns that thing off, gets off the little machine, stubs his toe. He's sick. Everybody looking at him like, girl, get it together. Fast forwarding, they get to the game. The girl's wearing his jersey. She's waving. She's blowing kisses. She's turning around. Hollander at the back of her jersey. The crowd's going wild. Everybody living. They pan to the ice. them little stretches the hockey players be doing, we're not even gonna acknowledge. There was something else that happened in the scene. It keeps coming to mind. I'm not even gonna acknowledge. I'm just gonna keep pushing. So yeah, that's cute. And then they play the game. The announcers are like, where was Ilya? Where was Shane? Like, they were barely in this game or whatever. You find out later that Shane's team did win. Shout out to them. Those heifers are playing well, okay? They won that cup 2 years in a row. And it seems like every little thing, they get it. They just get it. I don't know if Ilya and Shane are ever going to play against each other for the cup. I don't know. Like, they're the last two teams standing. I don't know, but we shall see, I guess. So, yeah, they play that game. Before the game, he's texting with his girlfriend. When I saw Babe on that little chat, I was sick because I was like, I'm gonna get to this in the end. It's gonna be my wrap up thoughts. I was sick because I was like, Babe, you're on C. This is he living a double life. This is moving on. What happened? Oh yeah. She's like, oh, sorry, I can't make it to the game, but like, can you come out with me and we're gonna to this club. I promise I'm not gonna make you dance. And he's like, liar. He smiled a little bit. I thought that was cute. But the rest of their convo was really cute. And then he flips back to Lily. Girl, just tired, trifling. Like you in a whole new relationship. Girl, please. Play the game. He goes to the club. He's looking cute. Right. The co-star of Rose is straight up just, I don't know if flirting is the word I would use, but he's just like, if he was my man, like, type B type shit. They go to the dance floor. The friend goes to go get him some drinks. He gets to Ilya. We cut to Ilya in his hotel room. Why he yelling at his hotel mate talking about stuff? I need to sleep with somebody tonight or something. The person in his hotel room is like, okay. And he's like, make it happen. He's yelling at him talking about stuff. Make it happen. I said, well, sure. Well, sure. Okay. Anyway, okay, so, they get to the club. He's at the bar asking for, Rose's co-star is asking for drinks. And then Ilya sees Rose's co-star, puts two together, starts scanning that room for Shane, sees Shane, and I'm sure he was shaking. Girl, shout out to Jack Harlow. Ain't nobody shaking. Yes, they was. They was definitely shaking. Excuse me? Shaking and shooken up. Oh my God. Yeah, so he gets the drink, disappears into the night, to go and plot a scheme that Todd set up. Foolishness, to go and plot. And then, boy comes back with the drinks. Shane sees Ilya's teammate, and he starts putting to her. This is the fastest these boys have ever been at math. This is literally the fastest these boys have ever been at math. Starts putting two together. Clocks that Ilya gotta be there. Also, the co-star that was behind him was very, very close behind him. And I was like, aren't you the same guy that's like super, super scared that anybody might suspect something? So like, babe, like, what's really tea? Like, you wasn't really pressed that old boy was behind you. Number one. Number two, like, is this like a throuple situation? Because this is not just the only time. Like, I want to know what this dynamic is. Or maybe I'm reading too much into it, right? And also, when the co-star was at the bar with Ilya, the way they were looking at each other, I'm like, is Ilya gonna... are they gonna, you know what I mean? Because I was like, hey, Ilya got a type and it's not white. Well, not that it's not white people, because Sasha's white. Anyway, we're gonna leave this train of thought behind. Anyway, so Shane is dancing very distractedly with Rose, his girlfriend, allegedly. And later he's like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. He walking. Whatever song they chose, I think it was called What She Told Me or What She Said to Me Last Night or something like that. That song was hazardous. When they went from the very like chaotic, I think it was a woman singing it, chaotic mix to then Shane sees Ilya and it switches to this man singing it and everything's just mellowed out. Jacob Tierney, you're a tyrant. Get up on your good foot. When I see you, you better have soldiers at the ready. Okay, you better have 1,000 at your side and 10,000 guarded heifers on your right, because I'm on you. I'm at your neck. I really am, Jacob. Keep them shooters next to you. Have some hitters moving shiesty. Because when I find you, I will run you over on Front Street. Jacob, I'm not the one. Because Jacob, I know. When the music switched, stuff was in slow motion. You saw the lights reverberating off their skin. Jacob, you're sick. Mind you, the cinematography in this show is A1. The amount of times where the room is dark and all the lights are just warm. They love a dark room with like no overhead lights, no like all these normal lights that you have in your houses. They turn all that stuff off and they just find some lamps. They find some strobe lights. Ugh. Jacob, don't piss me off. Anyway, they're at the club, right? It's the club scene. Oh my god, they ate that too up. When you know a show has great direction is how they do a club scene. Them looking at each other, Ilya's scheme coming into full fruition. Him and that girl, the girl look cute. Him rubbing up on that girl. You not really focused on that girl for real. You doing all this peacock and all this show and tell so that you can. Oh my god, you're doing all this for attention. Ilya, aren't you too old at your big age? I don't know how old these characters are, but they better not be over the age of 25 because this is so embarrassing. Ilya, what are you doing? All up on that girl's neck like a vampire? Like you're really Romanian. For what? You're doing all of this peacocking for shame. For what? This is Ilya, are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? Stop it. How old are you? Anyway, I just standing there. Look at Shane just standing there. Heartbreaking, bro. Heartbreaking. Mind you, his heartbreaking, but he's the one in a whole relationship. Ilya has had to see this man parading around with Rose. But honestly, this is also his fault. So I'm going to get to that in the end. Parading around with Rose. My God, I'm speaking at a mile a minute. But yeah, that club scene, I was just like, girl, what is this, honey? This is so... What is this, honey? This is just so... Anyway, Shane and Rose go home. They sleep together. Even though Ilya went out to go find somebody to sleep with, he left that girl. It was never really about her. He never cared. He left that girl, child. And then you see the camera cutting back and forth between Ilya in the shower and Shane on the bed with Rose. But you know that in the beginning, there was in one of the scenes in the beginning, it was both of them in the shower. So it's like, it's reminiscent of that, but seeing how like they started off together and now they're like apart. Tired. Now, is there anything else I want to say about the episode itself? Shane, my dear, my paranoid, very cute, knows how to give you a melancholic yearn, just sadness, like, ooh, Shane, my dear. Wow, my cute boy. Ilya, you scare me a little bit, but I think you're funny. I think you're charming. I think you're charismatic. The girls may not like you, but I live for you. My diva, okay? My diva, one thing about you, you gonna have a nice estate. Hello, a nice estate. I'm so sad about your family and all the things you're going through on that side, girl. I really am. I like Shane's dynamic with that friend of his who is married to Jackie. Love them. That's an irresponsible father, but he's trying his best, I think. He constantly losing them kids, child. Love his parents, right? The mom, the dad. Momager is on her 10s. Dad is coming in with emotional support. Love that. Yes. Rose, love her. I think she's so cute. I think she's so great. Even when she was like, mustn't have been easy to be, the only Asian kid. And then he was like, no, I was one of two. I chuckled. So shout out to her understanding, her little bit about race dynamics and whatnot. Love her. She's mad cute. The Russian friend, I don't know if I hope to God that she don't like Ilya, because Ilya can't just keep stringing people, not necessarily stringing people along, but like he can't just be leaving incomplete hearts in his wake. That's too much. Okay. avoidance, and as an avoidant, it just can't. We can't. That's crazy, right? That's crazy. Y'all need to stop bringing up Sasha. Ain't nobody want to see from that man. Ain't nobody want to hear from that man. Okay. And even though I, at the start of the previous episode, was like, girl, ain't nobody trying to follow Scott in his life. Where is Scott? Where is Scott? Where is Kip? I'm sorry. Where is Scott? Where is Kip? Now, with the conclusion of this episode, what I was really stuck thinking about was, wow, y'all really was using these women as pawns. Y'all was really using these women as pawns. That's crazy. Because at the end of the day, even if it's not all men, it's always a man. And this is why I can't give men their 10s. This is why I can never give men their 10s. Because if a straight man is trying to get at a straight man, he will sleep with that straight man's woman to get back at him, right? We see this with a lot of rappers that have been, dragged recently. And then a gay man trying to get at a gay man, he's gonna get in a relationship with a woman to get back at that man. That's crazy. At every point of inconvenience or convenience, y'all just be using women as pawns. So you're telling me Ilya pushed Shane so far into straightdom, into straighthood? Now I know he's not straight, but how you push a man so far? How you push your man so far he end up straight? How you push your man so far he end up straight? That's crazy. That's crazy. But you know what? Who am I? Who am I? That's my only thing. I'm like, these women being used as pawns. Now, I will say I'm glad he has Rose, because it looks like that's the only person that Shane really opens up to, right? Like, even though he has his friendship with Jackie's husband, I'm just gonna be calling this man Jackie husband. I don't know what his name is. Maybe I'll learn it the next episode. Even though he has his relationship with Jackie's husband, he doesn't really talk about himself. Like, to everybody, he's fine. He don't even talk to Ilya for real. I think the only person he probably is talking to is Rose. So maybe what he has with her is like, I think that's his only real friend, actually. That's his only real friend, bro. That's his only real friend. I hope that this doesn't end well for her, right? I don't just see her as like some minor hurdle in his self-growth, self-development journey, right? Like I don't see her as a tool to his self-actualization or his like self-realization. That's a full human being with her own things, a fictional character. But I want this to end well for her. I don't want her to just be used. I don't like when women are pawns, but yeah, I think she's great. I hope all of this like reconciles itself in a nice way. I'm not just rooting for just the guys. I'm rooting for all the good characters. But Ilya's brother, you will never have anything good. Never. Ooh, it will always be up for you. It will always be up for you, mama. It will always be up for you, you raggedy troglodyte. Anyway, that is it. That is all. Ilya, go get your man. Shane, I know you was panicking. Because you were like, babe, what is this? But like, is this not a little bit of what you wanted? Did you not want the closeness, the comfort? I can't believe you was really shaking because he called you Shane. That's your name, Big Books. That's your name. That's your name, Big Books. That's your name. But when Shane said Ilya, there was a yearn. There was a request. There was so much loaded into the way he said Ilya. It was like pleading, recognition, questioning, just like admission. It like he was like, wow, I really do like this man. That's crazy. It was like, oh my god, like this is new territory. Like, why aren't you more like this? There was so much in the way he delivered that one word, Ilya.